Hey there everybody, welcome to Keeping It Real with Team Awesome Season 4 Episode 3, and I'm going to talk about addiction. So let's jump right into it. What is addiction? Addiction is basically an attachment for something. Something that we've made ourselves believe that we can't go a day without, and we be craving and wanting more. Now, there are several types of addictions that we may have experienced. One of them deals with food. Another one may deal with drugs. There's also shopping addiction, gambling addiction, alcoholism, pornography, and the big one, which I'm currently using, social media addiction. Now, I'm only going to cover like maybe 3 or 4 of them, and I will give some brief advice on each of them. Number one, drug addiction. Drug addiction is a challenge because it doesn't just affect you physically, but it affects you mentally. And when people turn to things like meth, cocaine, and other drugs, it can really do damage to your head. And it's hard to break away from because once you step into that route, you shut off all other outlets that can possibly help you get out of it. We turn to these things because of a way to escape from our reality. Some people use drugs to soothe themselves. Some people use drugs to take away the pain that they are feeling for that very moment, but in actuality, the pain is not going away anytime soon. So I suggest to you, if you are doing this, know that it's damaging your family. It's hurting you and possibly your work life. It can do harm to you in the long run. And a lot of us want to live for a long time. Some of us feel like turning into these type of addictions, such as drugs, is because we feel like we need to get a thrill out of it. Nobody is there to help us. And we're all alone in this world. Get the proper help. Seek a guidance counselor. Admit that you have a problem and work on the relapse. You have to. You got to do better. It's a serious situation. And I feel like we all need that push to help us in the right direction. Pornography. Pornography, a lot of people turn to it for their sexual wants or needs. It's easy access, and that's the biggest problem in society with certain addictions that we have. A lot of our addictions are accessible. We can easily go on the internet and find something, and then boom, we want to go back to it. We return back to the behavior, knowing that we can escape from it, but we're drawn back into it because we have made it our interest. Some people turn to pornography because they cannot get those sexual needs from their actual person. So by going at home, they go on something like Pornhub, probably wank off because they are probably feeling sad, horny, not receiving the proper sexual needs or wants from somebody in real life. So they turn to a accessible outlet to escape from reality because they are taking control over their own sexual wants and needs. And although it may be good in the beginning, it can leave a serious harm on your body, and it can also mess up your head mentally because when you do put yourself out there in the real world with a partner, it's hard to break away from because we want to go back to it. We want to return back to that outlet. So turn off your browsers, block the accounts, try to keep yourself busy at all costs. Repent if you're a believer. Just find different ways to keep yourself occupied, to break away from that. And I know it's easier said than done because we all are all guilty of doing something like that. I know I have. And it's a difficult task. But if you work in baby steps, you will break that habit. And then you will feel relieved and not guilty about stepping into that world that is hard to break away from. Food addiction. Now, we all love food, but also eating a lot of food can lead to health problems. So have self-control. Food may be great and all, But always remind yourself that if you don't want to turn into a certain weight, look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, why do I keep eating and eating? And sometimes even eating when I'm not even hungry. Can you be sad? Are you trying to fill a void that you are going through? Are you trying to become something that you're not? Are you listening to the voices in your head that is telling you you are this, this, and that? Are you experiencing what we call anorexia or bulimia? Food addiction. Forcing yourself to eat food when you don't even have to eat the food. We all crave for something, but not everything we should eat. And we shouldn't be eating all the time, because all it's going to do is cause us major weight problems. Gambling. A lot of us like to spend a lot of money. Some of us love to splurge, even when we feel like we got it like that. That in actuality, we don't have it like that. You got to practice saving. You got to practice saving, because we are living in a time where you need to save. Because if you're splurging money, what's going to happen when your pockets run dry and you're unable to purchase the things that you need to purchase because you was out there spending money all the time? Shopping addiction. Not only do a lot of people love to spend money, but some people love to be shopaholics, and I'm sure you heard that line before. Clothes is good. When you have tons and tons and tons of clothes, what are you going to do with that when your closets are filled up, when your drawers are filled up, and you have no room to put it into your house? You have no choice but to probably sell the clothes. Can't save it, you're going to have to sell it. Alcoholism. Some people love to drink. It's okay to drink. Drink in moderation. Be smart about it. But don't drink to the point where you want to be smacked drunk, can't remember what happened the previous night, or do something you regret. Alcoholism can also lead to tearing apart families, result to violence, do something that you're going to regret later, or possibly burn your liver. People don't think about that part. The liver is a important part of your body, and if the alcohol burns your liver out, you don't have something to cleanse your body, to kill the toxins that are in your body. You can only live for like a day or two without your liver. So you need to control your drinking habits, because drinking can also lead to drunken driving. Drinking can also lead to rageful actions. Drinking can result because you were depressed. Some people love to drink their problems away. Anyway, those are some of the few things that I wanted to talk about concerning addiction. Now, any form of addictions, and I know I left out the social media one, but any form of addiction, you need to step up to the plate and ask yourself, is this the type of person I want to continue to be? Any type of addiction that you are going through, tell yourself that I can fight it, that I will no longer be a victim, I will be a survivor, that I can take control over my life and get it together. Because I need to change. I'm not just affecting other people around me. I'm hurting myself and I need to change. If you are dealing with drugs, seek therapy, go to rehab. If you're dealing with drinking problems, take a break from drinking. Porn addiction, block the websites. Don't look up the inappropriate stuff. Food addiction, control your eating habits. Shopaholic, monitor your spendings. What are you planning on doing with yourself? Do you want to change? Or do you want to sit back and not work on what you could possibly be addicted to? Addiction is not a positive thing to be going through. Addiction does nothing but negative vibes only. There's nothing good that comes out of it. We can all fight this, and I believe you can fight it too. Be sure to give me a thumbs up, comment, and tell me your story. And never be afraid to speak up. Share your story. Maybe that can help you fight your addiction.